My God. Rusty and Clark walk out. Their hair a mess. Both rub their stinging cheeks. Clear, bright Saturday morning. Ellen's at the kitchen table filling out Christmas cards. She looks up from her work with a troubled look. Some dreadful feeling grips her. Ominous music. She's struck by some uneasy feeling. She looks up to the gifts she's unwrapping. Rusty's watching TV as the feeling comes over him. He hits mute on the button on the TV. Clark's trying on a Santa beard. He is taken from the same awful feeling. He slowly removes the beard and a look of terror on his face. Ellen walks in from the kitchen. She's nervous and tentative. Rusty comes in from the dining room. Clark comes down the stairs. Audrey follows Clark. The door knocker sounds 3 hard, loud bangs. Clark looking at the front door, moving in, cautiously approaching the door, swings open to reveal 4 arguing grandparents, Clark W. Griswold Sr., Nora Griswold, Art, and Francis Pearson. Clark greets the grandparents with open arms.
Folks, Merry Christmas.
Clark steps back as the grandparents rush the house. They engulf Clark, Ellen, Rusty, and Audrey in hugs. Machine gun chatter. It's an invasion.
Clarky, sweetheart.
How you doing, boy?
Can't complain, Dad.
Art and Francis descend on Ellen and the kids. Nora breaks from Clark and pushes past Francis to Rusty. Art returns to Rusty. Clark crosses to Ellen, etc., etc. It's literally just a free-for-all. Oh, can we try this? Yeah, go ahead.
Clarky, sweetheart, how are you? Oprah did a show on skinny women. Did you see it? Maybe if your mom feeds you better, you'd put on some weight. Since when are you wearing eye makeup? The curly hair makes Audrey look too old. Do you think this mole on my neck has changed color? Dad says it hasn't, but I think it has. I have no idea what to get you for Christmas. You have 2 of everything. When you go shopping, remember to get Clark Sr. rolled oats. We don't care for TV in the morning. We prefer the radio. I brought my old sewing machine. If you get the time, maybe you can fix it up for Ellen. Do you still have the rusty taste to your tap water? You're not seeing girls yet, are you? Do you still like puzzles? Art wants to put his car in the garage. Didn't he have the garage last time he was here? Why should our automobile have to stay out in the elements? It smells stale in here. You're working too hard, aren't you? This may be Dad's last Christmas. Don't spend all your time with Art. Dear, you look so tired. I have very painful spur on my heel bone. I had a nightmare that you called Clark into making us sleep in the bunk beds.
Here, sweetheart, give me a big kiss. I met Griswold here, so to tell you, Clark, I'm parking the Lincoln in the garage. What's your hot water situation? Drain a pint of fluid out of my lower back. Lift with your knees, never with your back. You better salt your walkway before somebody breaks their skull. You could use a little paint on your porch. I bet you're dead by a good half second, so I'm taking the garage space. Now you come don't put those cones near your rose bushes. I'm not sleeping in any damn bunk beds. Hey, pal, you got a kiss for Gramps? Give me an Eskimo kiss, kiddo. Your dad's still trying to turn you into a fairy? Oh, my back's killing me. I lost 2 inches in height on the ride over here. Whoever shows your walkway ought to be tarred and feathered. You look like a lawsuit. Since I bought the Lincoln, it's going to be a light year for gifts. You might mention to your dad not to ruin another one of our holidays with his cornball jokes. You know how much they wanted for a one-bedroom condo in St. Pete? Come off your roof and land on your back, and you'll know the pain that I'm enduring. Your mom's put on some weight, huh? Does your pharmacy offer a senior discount? Grandma said you're dating fellas. We're going to have a talk. You look weary. I'm on a low-sodium diet. Your mother's eating a lot of fish. Don't try and save a nickel on a heat. I like it at 72. I need a lot of moisture in the air. I have a sinus condition.
Merry Christmas, son. It's good to see you. Hi there, sweetheart. You look so lovely. Are you getting prettier, or is it my eyesight improving? I ran into Don Mattingly the other day, and you know what he said? Don't back up. Get it? Your dad can't even be in that much pain as he likes to believe. If he's in that much pain, he ought to go to the hospital where people are immune to complaining. Don't stick us in those bunk beds again, Clark. I don't have the strength to boost your mom to the top anymore. It looks like the mosquito bites turned into molehills. I talked to your grandpa, Art, and he said he doesn't want any sympathy for his back. I'll lay odds Art couldn't get a good deal on a Florida condo to go south for the holidays. Let's see if you two can't talk your mom into making some cookies this year. You're not listening to this devil music, are you? Oh, what do you want old Santa to bring you this year? Don't short us on towels this year. We like a late breakfast and an early dinner. Do you remember Fred Lorraine? He sold a humorous story to the Reader's Digest, made $10. Don't fill us with cheese like last time. Do you have a good mall where Mom and I can take an indoor walk?
Oh, you sweet girl. You look so haggard. Are you making her do heavy work? I nearly left your father over this back thing. He's unbearable. I clipped an article for you in our paper about disease and open mouth kissing. Are you getting enough fresh air and sunshine? Your dad drives like a lunatic. Hasn't Nora aged? Poor thing. I didn't want to ask, but has she gone deaf? All the boys in our neighborhood have after-school jobs. They say pizza is very high in sodium. I'm going to need to get my hair done, but I'm not going to your place again. Not after that Polish gal scalded my scalp. If Dad needs a rub down, now you have no color in your cheeks. Ellen has no color in her cheeks. I hope you'll dress up nice on Christmas.
As they arrive, they exit up the stairs in a mass, yakking all the way, leaving Clark, Ellen, Audrey, and Rusty standing stock still. It's as though a tornado has passed. Clark comes to his senses and smiles.
This is what Christmas is all about. It's going to be great. I'll be outside for a few hours.
Clark exits the front door, leaving his stunned family alone. The garage door opens and Clark comes out carrying extension ladder. Rusty follows with a huge carton of lights and decorations. Clark and Rusty are wearing their winter gear. Clark leans the ladder against the house. Rusty sets the carton down.
We're going to have the best looking house in town, Russ.
A lot of lights, Dad.
If I'm in the cold and I'm committed to decorating the house, I'm going to do it right and I'm going to do it big. You want something you can be proud of, don't you?
Yeah, I guess.
Sure you do.
You're not going to overdo it, are you, Dad?
When have I ever done something?
Clark gives a tug on a strand, pulling a 3-foot ball of tangled lights from the carton. Margo and Todd exit their house, noticing Clark on the ladder, and they are dressed in their evening out.
I hope he falls and breaks his neck.
I'm sure he'll fall, but we're not lucky enough to have him break his neck.
Clark is climbing the ladder, dragging a strand of lights behind him. As he gets on the top of the ladder, it collapses, sending Clark crashing down to the floor. Close up on the Chester house, they are irritated and fussy.
There should be some sort of ordinance prohibiting outdoor lights.
Well, if we can't keep kids and dogs out of the neighborhood, we're not going to be able to prevent Christmas lights.
Clark Sr. and Art asleep in the wing chairs. They are snoring. Nora and Francis are watching the Christmas parade on television as they construct a prefab gingerbread house. They have to speak up against the loud snoring.
If you keep eating the shingles, we won't have any left for the roof.
They're stale anyway.
Is that the fella from Jeopardy?
I don't know. It's the sports guy who's married to the news gal with the drinking problem.
What?
Clark has decorated his lights. There's a ton of strands. Obviously, he does it, blah, 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 blah. Through the bedroom window, their faces, we see Clark struggling up on the ladder, holding on for dear life to a strand. As he slowly pulls himself to the ladder, crashes back into the house, slamming Clark into the window. In the garage, Rusty comes out of the garage carrying a 6-foot tall plastic Santa.
Dad, where do you want the Santa?
Just put him on the lawn.
Rusty sets Santa down on the lawn. Behind him, large wooden shutters fall to the sidewalk, shattering. Rusty turns and looks up to the roof.
Dad, I couldn't find the 8 tiny reindeer.
I think they're in the basement, Russ.
Helen and Audrey are making dinner. They have to shout above the snoring and blasting television set.
Would it be indecent to ask the grandparents to stay at a hotel? Can we at least forbid them to answer the phone? Alexander called this morning and Grandpa Clark said I couldn't come to the bathroom because I was going to the bathroom.
We're all making sacrifices, Audrey.
Everybody? Are you sleeping with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is?
I'm sleeping with your father. Don't be so dramatic.
Mom, I have nightmares about what he does in his own bed. Alone.
Honey, I don't know what to say except that it's Christmas. We're all in misery.
Oh yeah,
Holy-
that's I think it's Francis. Ellen, are you smoking again?
Holy
Hell.
Harry hell.
Did
No.
Ellen, are you smoking again?
No!
Okay. Clark body slams into the house, knocks a picture off the wall in the bedroom. Now he is dangling from the gutter. He looks to the side. The ladder is several feet away, resting on the gutter. The gutter has pulled 5 feet away from the house. Clark is clinging to it, moving cautiously toward the ladder, which still rests against the moving gutter. He begins inching toward the ladder, sliding his glove along the gutter. He begins to tear loose from the house, sending the ladder crashing to the lawn. It's filled with solid ice. The ice shoots out of the gutter like a spear. The ice spear crashes through the side window of Todd and Margo's living room and impales the stereo. Clark, holding onto the gutter as it continues to tear loose, realizes the lower roof is just below his feet. He lets go of the shutter, leaving him standing on the lower roof. He stands for a beat, feeling secure. Suddenly his feet slide out from under him. He hits the roof on his stomach, shoots off like the rocket, and disappears into the cloud of the snow into the bushes below. The front door opens the moment he lands.
Clark,
Ellen steps
dinner's
outside.
ready.
I'll be right in.
Close up on grandmother's hand, closes the door, turns it on. Okay. Clark, Ellen, Audrey, and Rusty, Clark Sr., Nora, Art, and Francis are standing in the front lawn. Clark is worn and tattered from his efforts. His enthusiasm and excitement is unabated. He's holding 2 extension cords ready to plug them in.
You want to hurry up with this, Clark? I'm freezing my baguettes off.
Are you ready? 250 strands of lights, 100 individual bulbs per strand for a grand total of 25,000 individual miniature imported Italian twinkle lights. 25,000.
I hope nobody I know drives by and sees me standing in the yard staring at the house.
If they know your father, they won't think anything of it. Fire it up, Dad!
I dedicate this house to the Griswold family Christmas. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Dad, Mom. Joy to the world.
He joins the drum roll louder and more enthusiastically. He holds the plug at the outlet with drama, and the sound of crashing cymbal joins them. The house is dark. Continuing the drum roll, dampened somewhat, Clark unplugs the cord, gives it a twist, revs up the drum roll, and jolts the extension cord. Nothing. The drums peter out. Clark continues his, but at a lower volume and an angry tone. He plugs and unplugs the cord a couple times.
Beautiful, Clark.
Boy, talk about tinkling your money away. I hope you kids see what a silly waste of resources this was.
He worked really hard, Grandma.
So do washing machines.